Eileen. Hi, Paul, Rachel, Terry. Good evening. Steve Parsons, good. Sherry, good evening. It's a little bit warm, I will say that. So I don't think I'm going to be sitting here for an hour. I want the aircon. I don't have aircon in the kitchen, so we'll see how it goes. I've got the fan on, but it's just blowing hot air at me. Hi, Lisa. Cape Cod, good evening. Mercia, good evening. Good to see you at the weekend. Hope you're all doing well. Rachel, good evening to you. Barry, good evening. Devota. So, yes, it's Friday once more. It looks like our 2 days of summer have arrived, so we should be good for the weekend because it is going to cool down a bit. But we shall see. Waverley Magnets, good evening. Sean Fraser, good evening. John Dunford, good evening. So, yeah, it looks like, say, we've got our 2 days of summer. So, you better get out there and get your tan because it won't last. It's Britain, it never does. Nothing ever lasts in Britain. Comments are off again. So yes, we went out Sunday. We went out. We went to Sheffield to start with. Me, Paul, and Terry. We did a little bit for the others. Hi, Paul. How you doing? We tried a new location, one that I wanted to try. Didn't do too bad actually, but we went to meet the others. Roger, that was very smelly. Thanks for that. Really appreciate all your smelly offerings that you took us because we went off to Rotherham. But it was a good day. There was a lot of people there, and we had a laugh, and that's what it's all about. Hi, Laura. Hi, Trevor. Hi, Annie. But yeah, Roger was happy because he took plenty of scrap home, but it was smelly. But it doesn't matter because we had fun. I think I had the best find of the day. I can actually see it's in the garden. It's about 7 foot high, the thing is, but I brought it back anyway. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I brought it back anyway, just to do a bit more identification on it, really, more than anything. Now, we got told by one person what it was, we got told by someone else what it was, and they are sort of right, but I can't find the exact one, but I am actually looking to see if I can find one the same. But it's kind of cool and it's kind of big as well. But I had to move the seat forward in the car to get it in there, it was that big. Moist and smelly, it sure was, yeah, it was definitely smelly. I mean, considering that's meant to be a river, yeah, it wasn't good, wasn't good. 3 p.m. here in Kentucky. Well, it's 8 p.m. in Britain and it's hot. Hi Barry, how you doing? Hi Joan. If I've missed anyone, I do apologise. But yeah, so that's what it was all about. It was fun. It wasn't a bad drive. We did all right. The food was good, but the company—that's what it was all about. I mean, we got fines. That was kind of cool, but I wouldn't say we got loads, but we did get a lot of rubbish. But it was really, really smelly. I seem to remember it rained as well, but oh well, not to worry. Full of innuendos. Yeah, there was a lot of them going on. A lot of people getting the face painted as well, which surprised me that people would actually do something crazy like that. It was all done in a good cause, admittedly, but I wouldn't have wanted painting with that. I really, really wouldn't. It's well, yeah. You see, this thing with British weather. If the temperature went up in bits, you know, like you had 12 and then 14 and then 16, and it sort of moved up, you wouldn't mind it so much. But we go from 12 to 28. There's nothing in between. Hi, Martin. How you doing? Is he playing hard to get? Who? I don't know. Eleanor, good evening to you as well. All the comments froze and then just went shooting by. It was a good day, yes, it was. The start of the day, like I say, we've got some interesting things out there, to be honest with you. I don't think I'd be rushing back because, I mean, sure, when the floods are there, it was really good, but obviously the floods wasn't there. And the magnets were getting pretty beat up in there. It was nowhere near as deep as what you think it would have been. Considering like a mile down the road, it's pretty deep. That was very shallow. I should think you could probably walk it, to be honest with you. The magnets took a right beating, so it was time to go and move on to the smelly place with the others. I think that's the polite way of putting it. just reading a message. Starving. That was a good breakfast. That really was. Like I say, it was fun that day because obviously the guy crashing the boat. Unfortunately, I didn't turn the camera around, so you could have actually saw him going through the trees and ripping the top off the boat. But he came back, he had a chat, and he was a good lad. And Jabba and Rocky have since recognised him. About 3 years ago, apparently they actually pulled out his Vespa. So they met him down the road and they pulled it out. So he did say he lives on the river and he moves around a lot. Well, they found him. I know. Did you get the bread pudding though? I got the bread pudding. I've ate the bread pudding. Hi Liz, how you doing? Queen Gerd. That's a new one. Hi Claire, how you doing? Not don't you don't want to melt terror, you'll be even shorter. That'll be the last thing you want. Sleep. What's sleep? I don't know what sleep is, to be honest with you. There's not enough hours in a day. I think we should increase the days to 48 hours because I might actually get things done then. That's the problem I get. My life consists of like getting up, probably do a bit of editing, go to work, do a bit of editing, come home, do a bit of editing. But yes, hopefully the new test video will be out next week as well. Just some quite interesting products. Three of them over there. I'm going to keep one of them, but the other two I'm going to do giveaways on them, so people are going to start benefiting from it. I will do some tests, and then I will give stuff away because I have actually been testing things that I've already got, just so I can give a good review on them. But those things I will be doing some giveaways soon of things that people send me, so you will benefit. I've got more stuff on its way as well. I've been offered some really weird stuff to test, and I mean it's proper weird, and I would not be testing some of that. Really wouldn't. Once people know you test things, they offer you a lot of unusual things. I think the way I put it. Yeah, you did have a bit of a grapple hook mishap, didn't you? Never done that. Done it multiple times with a magnet when you swing it out and it catches the back of your legs, but never actually done a grapple hook. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm sure that'll be in your video for everybody to watch so they can say, you don't want to do that. That's going to hurt. How you doing, Andy? Sorry I couldn't meet up with you the other day, but you know me, you've got to give me a lot more notice in a couple of hours, I can tell you that. Otherwise, I would have done. Vespa or Amber? Well, they said Vespa. I don't know. If they come on here, then they can answer it. Ginger cake. Can't beat a bit of ginger cake. Good night to you. I think I get what that means. I'm very good, thanks, Claire. Hi, Dana. How you doing? Eleanor, how you doing? It's definitely a hot good evening. Heat wave here last week in Simplon. Yeah, Brits don't cope with heat. They're not used to it any time of the year. Get down these comments. Got more sockets. Went fishing. Fish hooks can be a right pain. They go right through your gloves. They definitely sting a little bit. Try 4 days a week. Nah, I'll stick with what I do. That's enough for me. That's definitely enough. So many barriers on it. I know there's not a lot of barriers around. It's like there's not a lot of nodules, but I'm sure that's going to please a few of you because you don't want a lot of me. Funny how some of the older names are starting to get phased out a little bit now. Apparently nobody named their baby Nigel last year, which I don't flipping blame them because I wouldn't either. But it's funny how it's funny how some names sort of just disappear off the face of the earth. Hi Donna, how you doing? Really want a shirt like I've got. Yeah, funny really, green screen, but the blue's disappearing as well. I'm sure the food's on the priority list. do move around. Hi, Judy. How you doing? Keep root with the heat. I don't. That's one good thing. I don't burn. Probably because when you're out in it all day long, you sort of adjust to it. Ah, right. Okay, makes sense now. Makes sense. Hi, FK. How you doing? One man, good one magnet. Good evening to you as well. Oh, comments are froze again. Oh, there we go. I'm back off again. Looks like the ink is running. I could turn it down, but I'd probably do it too far. Should have done it beforehand. So we are out Sunday. We are meeting somebody. I don't think I've ever fished with them before, actually. Can't remember whether I've met them, but we are going to a place where we've been in the area before. Never been to the particular place, but like I say, we are going to meet somebody on Sunday. So looking forward to that. Someone that I've never fished with. I can't remember whether I've met them, but we have organised to go and meet up with them. That's going to be interesting. We are going south. So we shall see what it holds. We'll see what it holds. We have got another place that we've got all lined up as well. But unfortunately, we can't get the scrap collected next week. So we've got to leave that one until we know we can actually get it done. So we shall wait and see. That is another area that we've been in the area, never to it. So it's always good to go to a place where we've never been. I know mine's doing quite well tonight. I think it's probably because they're playing games rather than streaming, which is always a problem. Trying to find a job. Of course, it's been a long time since that. All my working life, to be honest with you, I've only ever had two jobs, and the rest of the time I've just worked for myself. I think I'm at that stage now where I probably couldn't have a boss, to be honest with you now. I think I've got so used to doing my own thing, having a boss would be a problem. Ice cold cider. I've got a can of Coke, but it's not exactly ice cold. Hi, Alan. How you doing? Yeah, there is jobs out there. It's that old story, isn't it? It's getting a job that you actually like. I mean, I love my job, so it doesn't bother me. A lot of people they have a job because it pays the bills. Been there, done that, and that's why I started working for myself because I wanted to do something that I actually enjoy doing, and that's why I couldn't go back to working for someone. To be honest with you, I've been doing it now for 11 years. I think my first job I was at was 11 and a half years. My second job was 13 and a half years, and now I've done 11 years for myself. And that's the way it's sticking. I'm not going to be going to work for anyone anymore. I don't think I've got the patience for them, to be honest with you. And it's good because you get to choose your hours. You get to choose, when you go out. If you want to finish early, you finish early. If you've got things to do. So yeah, definitely not going to get tied down in an institution again. I've worked for some multi-million-pound companies, and to be honest with you, I wouldn't do it again. I've worked for one family company, which was fine, no problems at all. And I've worked for multi-million-pound companies, and to be honest with you, no. Everything's all about budgets, all about targets, and they give you these little tastes. They give you a bonus structure that if you hit the target, you earn extra money. And the bonuses that are offered at the time are absolutely massive. That's the thing. So you hit the target, they up, they hit the target. When you hit the target, the next month they up the target. So you hit it again. And every time you hit that target, they up the target to make it unachievable for you to get. Then they change the rules, they change the goalposts, they change the dates, they do anything they can not to do it. When you go through a spell, if you've got a possible chance of earning, say, 10 grand, you ain't going to see it. You're really not. You're lucky if you see £1,000 of it because big companies, as soon as you hit targets, they expect it. So what they do is they just keep putting the targets up, and that's why I'd never do it again. I'd never go for that again. Never managed more than 8 years in a job. I really enjoyed my jobs. It's just it's when you leave and look back, that's when you actually realise that you're not enjoying it. But when you get so used to it, it becomes the norm, and when it becomes the norm, that's when yeah, it gets you down. It really does. So nah, wouldn't do it again. Wouldn't do it again. How you doing, Corey? Nice hair and hat you had on earlier. Smoking it is Deboer. You know exactly what it's like. Set a goal, push it to your limit, hit the goal. Oh, let's up it a bit more. And it's just constantly chasing. I went through years of that. And as soon as I hit it, it got changed. Someone put a spanner in work. Someone would change something. They'd say, "Oh no, but that wasn't right," and we'll deduct it from that one. So whichever thing you was actually hitting, you know, you're probably not even getting a quarter per quarter. Every 3 months, you're not even getting a quarter of what you're entitled to. Although effectively, you have hit all them targets that you actually agreed to when you took the job. So I went from being a worker to taking the workshop manager's job, and it was the worst thing I did because I actually earned less money by doing that. You could earn more money as a worker than you could in management, and I think that's what puts a lot of people off taking managers' roles. I know companies where there's managers' roles going, and even the deputy managers won't do it because they don't actually pay you enough to take all the rubbish. So yeah, it's a bit like that. It's quite strange that people won't even take the manager's jobs now because they just don't need all the hassle in their lives. It's easier just to be a worker, do the overtime, earn the money, and let somebody else worry about it. Hi Tim, how you doing? Just an old picture. Well, I did think it grew very quick from the other day, Corey. But you know, there's some miracle things out there. But I was going to say, if you've actually got some, you could start selling that. If you can grow hair like that in about 3 days, you're doing flipping well for yourself. I can't tell you, I don't have one on here. I can't hit the thumbs up. The software I use, it doesn't have it. But thank you for all that has. Good evening, Phil. What happened to you a few weeks back? Hmm, you was meant to come and meet us. You'll have to give me a ring next week sometime. Sleeping in the freezer. Don't shut the door then, Lynn, will you? I mean, it'll keep you cool for longer, but it might be a bit short of air. They're all sitting there with the aircon on, and I've got a fan over there, and literally, as I say, it's just blowing hot air across the kitchen. Peeling like a lizard. Evo 8 is all done. I only used it once. Every week. The Evo 8 is awesome. You can throw it so far. You know, it may not have that last bit of lift power to get the item out of the water, but it definitely drags things across the water so you can get the bigger magnet on it. Now, tomorrow's video, that was a bit hard, that was. There was a lot of snags there, a hell of a lot of snags. And it's an area we've done before. It's just because I knew I was going Sheffield, I managed to stick a little bit more local. And we really, really had to work that day. Now, I got something that we believe is from the building there. And if it is, then that just makes it exceptionally cool. Still trying to work it out. Not 100% sure. That's what I was saying. It might be from the building. It's a good chance it's from the building, but that will be on. I think it's on tomorrow's. Most probably on tomorrow's, if not. Yes, it is. It's on tomorrow's video. So have a look at. Don't forget that's on tomorrow night. We had a lot of blue lights and sirens that day as well, but I ain't going to say no more about that. But we did find something that was really interesting. If it is part of that, then that's just a lovely bit of history for that area. Hi Lynn, how you doing? I'll try and keep up the comments. Don't get started on the popcorn. They don't have to do weird things with popcorn in Sheffield, but if you want to know, contact Lindsay. She'll tell you all about it. I bet you do, Claire. I bet you do. I'm only one sub away from 250. So there we go. If you're not subscribed to Annie B, the fam, give her a sub and get her over 250. God, there's enough people on here. I'm sure there's not subscribed. Then go and give her a cheeky sub and get her over 250. And Paul, he was going to come as well on Sunday, but I believe he was having a bit of van trouble. Welcome to modern day vehicles. Waverley magnets. Totally agree. Once you get a taste for it and you get yourself established, so you know you've got a regular money coming in, no, you just don't want a boss again. I completely agree. Nigel's dodgy room. It's probably because you're sitting at work and you should be working and they're blocking your signal, mate. That's what it is. Haven't got a clue, Corey. Haven't got a clue at the moment. I've got a few things lined up which I've got to sort of do first. It depends whether it clashes. But if I do, I'll let you know. I've got no, I'm not 100% sure, but I will let you know. Oof, definitely won't catch me eating shrimp. Paul likes shrimp. He likes all sorts, all aspects of seafood. You ask Terry. Thank you, FK. Oh, hang on. I brought another screen up. Go away. Oh no, I've lost you. Hang on. There we go. Jim and Sigrid, good evening. I do apologise if I've missed anyone, but the comments sort of freeze and then they go flying up. No worries, Phil. You did say there was a chance, but I'll get you out sometime this year. I really will. I am doing good. I'm doing good. It's been a bit warm. All I can say is thank God they realise with bands that because people spend a lot of time in them, put some luxury items in them like aircon. Don't know how you can drive anything nowadays without aircon, you know, because we need it at least 2 days a year, and you do get the extra 3 or 4 days we need to clean the condensation out. But yeah, I miss that. You could sort of. I've actually got you some shrimp crisps for Sunday, Paul, because I know you like a bit of shrimp. If not, I'll have to get you a bit of squirrel. Oh, come on, comments. There we go. We're off again. We're off. Haggis and popcorn. Different, must admit. Definitely different. Good evening, lass and man. How are you doing? Keeping comments, please. Oh, there we go. I guess Paul doesn't want his shrimp crisps then. Terry will have them though. She doesn't mind. It doesn't take much, does it, Paul? It really doesn't. Have some squirrel in the freezer. I didn't think they'd last in there. I thought they'd suffocate. Somebody's doing limbo under my power cable. Always pick the times. Always pick the times. 109. Ah, it's only a few degrees higher than it is now, Phil. Rather you than me. And more weeks of your holiday. Yeah, I could really do with one of them. Oh, sorry, Andy. Yeah, I forgot. Have some respect and all that. Don't leave that on there. She'll kill you for that, Andy. There'll be no more bread pudding for you. Yeah, she will be sorry when she's got her hands round your throat. Why are you shushing me when you're the one dropping ice cubes all over the floor? Where's the one place you'd like to magnet fish that you're not allowed to? Tower Bridge. Love to get off Tower Bridge. There's a chance we might pull up something a little bit bigger than what we found in the past, though. Plus quite a few other things, but Tower Bridge is the one place I would love to do. Hay fever's been bad, and you hate it, but don't take this the wrong way, but right, you have hay fever, and your one passion in life, apart from magnet fishing, is gardening. That must be hard work when you've got something you really enjoy, but you get hay fever. That's got to be hard work. That is. Talk about set yourself a challenge.
Loving sometimes and having an allergy to the sun.
Magnets are very good even to you as well. I know I've had a reprieve, Andy. It's because Paul can't take any more abuse. That's why she's letting me stay. We'll have no encouragement of violence on here. You need to learn to limbo properly. Oh dear. One thing I've never had is hay fever, which I'm sort of glad about, to be honest with you. What are you doing? Never have kids. Never have kids. Especially rude ones like that. Hi Dean, how you doing? Shane Parker, good evening to you as well. So I think I'm going to wrap this up in a couple of minutes because, like I say, it's flipping hot in here and I just want to get back in front of the aircon. But anyway, if you haven't watched Wednesday's video, head over there and have a look at it. Now, tomorrow's video is the first part of a day we had in a lovely little place. But believe me, it was absolute hell. It really was. But we had fun. I don't think Paul would agree. We had plenty of snacks, which Paul would definitely agree. The food was good, and that's all that matters. Now, part two of it is on Wednesday. I'm going to try and get the testing video up for Tuesday. I'm just waiting for some information to put on it before I can actually do that. If not, it's going to be the following Tuesday. But some of them products I will be giving away. I have been using some of them. And also got a new gadget as well, which I've been using when I was out Sunday. Had a bit of a mishap when I come home, but that's just going to do something a little bit different, you know. And I think it's something that probably has not been done before, and that's what we need to do to keep you lot excited. We've just got to try those little things. Paul is working on another project as well, and I'm intrigued with that because if that works, I think that's going to. I hate hell. I think that's going to be really good. So that's something that's being worked on as well. So we've got a couple of things in order. I would say the thing I'm messing around with, a couple of weeks, the thing Paul's messing around with, depends whether Terry leaves him alone to get on with it. But he is thinking, but you've got to remember, he's an engineer, so he overthinks everything when he's allowed to anyway. Busby's Adventures, how you doing? So anyway, thanks for joining everyone. We'll catch you tomorrow night at 9 o'clock for the premiere. If not, we'll see you 4 o'clock Sunday with probably somebody that a lot of you probably don't know who it is, but we're going to meet him anyway. If not, we'll catch you for the premiere next week. Thanks for joining everyone. If you haven't left a thumbs up, make sure you do. If you're not subscribed, just do it. It's free. There's nothing else in this world that's free, so you might as well do that. But thanks for joining. Take care, everyone, and I will catch you on the next one when it's a little bit cooler.